Hey y'all, it's Alicia and happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. I still have the funky hair. We ran out of hot water yesterday, or the hot water's broken, the heater. I'm not sure. Keep your fingers crossed for me because I cannot take a cold shower, y'all, because of my illness. But as of yesterday at around 8 p.m., we ran out of hot water. So fingers crossed. But that's not why I'm on today. I'm on first thing in the morning because this is going to be a week of project shares. And they're all clean and simple. So be gentle with me because y'all know I am not a clean crafter. And I have been doing a lot of clean crafting lately and I'm just not good at it. It's just not what these fingers were meant to do. I'm going to start by just giving you a highlight of Pat's birthday box. Pat did get birthday gifts from me on her birthday and the week of her birthday, but I wanted to send her handmade things, not just bought things. So I'm going to give you a highlight of what I made for Pat, and yeah, that sort of will kick off our clean and simple with Crafty Haul week. Whew, wow. And here is just a little card I made for Pat. It says, "I'm a lucky cat," because I feel like Pat's cats are really lucky. So yeah, it's just a simple card. There's a note inside for Pat. That's in there. Pat's favorite colors are autumn colors. She loves oranges, reds, goldenrod, hunter green. Those are her favorites. So I decided to make her a clean and simple tag flip with heritage from Maggie Holmes because I feel like it's the one Maggie Holmes collection that suits Pat's aesthetic. So you can see it's pretty simple. For me, this is as simple as it's ever going to get, y'all. There is a sticker layered behind to give some depth. Propped up on that is a sticker I put onto cardstock, then cut it out to make it ephemeral. Prop that up on a foam dot so it's dimensional, as you can see. I attached in her hair a butterfly that I die cut, and I glittered up the edges and added a gemmy, and then I cut apart a sentiment that says happy day and propped that up on chipboard and added one of the Maggie Holmes chipboard hearts here. And that is it. Oh wait, nope, that's it. That's so strange for me, but this is it. Tag number 2, I built a complex starburst, and I did it in a quilting pattern. And I think that's what's going to make Pat smile. So Pat used to be a really big quilter, folks. And so this was an homage to her quilting. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 layers. And in person, it really does look like a quilting square. So that's why I did this one. It has a wooden piece on the top and a gemmy. And then this one is so simple. It's just a die cut ticket, a chipboard heart, a bird that I cut apart. This was actually from Jen Hadfield, but it looked so good on here. I cut apart and put it up on cardstock, added one of those amazing Rosie Studio Gemmies that absolutely Alice sent me. And this one says Happy Family because that's what Pat always calls our community. And on the back of this one, I built a glassine pocket and I stamped all over it and added a gumball and I tucked some flowers in. And then last but not least is the final tag, which is probably the most Crafty Hoplop like. And it's a couple of pieces of chipboard layered on top of each other with one of these amazing little birdie roses. And it says, "You make me so happy," with a little Maggie Holmes heart and another one of those gemmies. And that, folks, is it. Oh, the back is rice paper that I got from my arts, actually from my art store at my school. And I really love this. I'd actually hauled it for a different project and had a little bit left over, so I used it. And in terms of the tassel for this, I wanted to gift Pat some of Donna Dreams x3's beautiful sari binding, and especially since she sent me all different colors. They were the exact colors that I used from the Heritage collection in this, and I feel like it's really hard to get trim in autumn colors, so this was amazing. So that's what the little Heritage tag flip. So that's part of her basket for her birthday. And I always try to make Pat some rosettes just because of her hands. So I backed them all up on heritage paper. And I did it with removable glue dots so that Pat now has the cut aparts and this paper to make with. These ones I cut out scallop centers from Graphic 45. And these are Easter based ones. The purple ones are just because I know she's going to like those. They've got glitter centers and one of them is glittered up. And then the other side, even though she's not a pastel person, she does make for some people who do like pastels. So I did these in mint green and pink so that she at least had some on hand. I kept these for Pat and these for sending out. So that's also in there. And then I made Pat this policy envelope. using this really beautiful paper that's very autumn in terms of its colors. It's got lots of goldenrod, orange, and red. Her name is attached in little gold glitter, and we have some of those glittered up flowers. And this one came from Elsa Pratt. You know, she made such beautiful flowers, guys, I'm telling you. So yeah, and in this policy envelope is just a bunch of ephemera I thought that Pat could use for the card making she's doing for the MS Society, because she's going to need a lot of ephemera, folks. So I just pulled a whole bunch from my stash that I thought she might be able to use, all different types. Then in here are just some plain cards I made for Pat to have on hand, again, just to save her hands. They're really clean and simple because I figured she might want to decorate them herself. This one says, cats are not our whole life, but they make our whole lives. So there's that one. And I decorated the envelope very simply. It says, first they steal your heart and then they steal your bed. And the other one says, time for a snooze, with the little kitty. And the front of this one's, which I have to add, is about to say, it's a perfect day. Purr, as in P-U-R-R. So those are just some cards so that Pat can just have them on hand to either decorate or send out. I'm also sending her the Dear Lizzy collection from New Day, because I feel like this suits Pat's color aesthetic, but it's like spring summer crafting. So these are the wood veneer pieces, and they have a lot of Pat's colors in them. But I also thought they were super cool, so I got her that. I got her the New Day 6x6 for crafting with, and again, these are much more Pat's colors. It's not perfect. There are a couple of pages she won't like as much, but in terms of like what's out there, this is much better for Pat and much more her palette. And then I got her the matching ephemera set, which is cool because it comes with some really cool frames too. So that's in there. And then there's her punch that I got her ages ago, but I haven't been able to ship to her just because folks, because of the We Wishes, I have to wait for heavy boxes to go out. That's why this week you're going to see a lot of project shares. The stuff's being done. I just haven't been able to ship it out because of budget. So you're going to get probably more project shares than you're used to getting from me. But yeah, and then there's some memdexes. I always try to cut Pat some memdex bases and some memdexes for when I send to her, just because it's easier on her hands to have the bases ready, and then she can just decorate. So I did like a whole bunch in white thick cardstock, and then some in like spring-like Maggie Holmes prints that I thought she could use. And that's really the highlight. There's a few other treats and goodies in there, but that's essentially what I'm sending Miss Pat. Again, I mean, I had sent her actual birthday present, but this is like her handmade box, so that, I actually made her something for her birthday. I think that's always important. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're not tortured this week with my clean crafting. It is not my forte. Without question, it is not my forte, as you're going to see. And thankfully, towards the end of the week, I'll upload a sneak peek of all the swap stuff for Carmen and Jellybean. I think by this weekend I'll be able to upload those videos because they'll be going in the mail, and or at least the first few boxes will be going in the mail. So that way you'll actually get a relief from the clean crafting that Alicia's attempting to do. So I'm going to unplug today. I'm going to unplug. I'm going to do hours of crafting, then hours of cleaning and tidying up, because it's a disaster, and then some grading, and then I'll come back on to catch up on comments and see how you guys are doing. I hope whatever you're up to today, I hope you get to do some crafting. I hope if you're not, you're spending time with friends and family, and that whatever it is that you do today, I hope it gives you so much happiness. All right, y'all, I'll see you real soon. Ooh, finally, I didn't want to forget to remind you of this. Pat is looking for strips. Actually, ideally, if you could make the actual flowers, that would even be more helpful for her. But she's doing a project for MS, for her MS group, and it's those flowers. You can watch it on Septeria 18. Lots of people do them, but basically, this would make a very large one. You're supposed to cut these in half, but you take your leftover strips, or you can just cut strips from any of your paper, and you make these little bows, and then you attach like 5 of them together or 6, and put a gemmy in the middle, and it makes a flower. Well, she needs to make a ton of these by May, and that's going to be very hard on her hands. So ideally, if you could make some flowers for her and send them to her, that would be great. And if not, if it's less expensive for you, if you could cut these strips for her, cut them along the 12 by 12 pad, and then cut them again in half, because really the flowers should be made from the 6-inch strip. And that would be wonderful just because she's hoping to support her MS chapter by doing this. All right, y'all. That's really it for now. I will see you much later on today. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday.